the game, cause see the boxing voice.
Welcome back, gang, for the first time and hopefully many more to come. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click on the notifications right here, this little bell, so you can get those emails every time we go live.
Taylor, is that you?
What's up, team?
What's going on?
What's up?
Can you plug in your? Are you using the? Oh, you're using a computer. Okay. Do you have your iPhone headphones just so you don't get any feedback whenever I talk? Your speakers will just pick it up and throw it back to the mic.
Yeah, hold on, bro. Just plug it in.
No problem. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have the son and co-trainer of Kevin Barry and Joseph Parker, obviously the fighter going into Cardiff Saturday night versus Anthony Joshua. Listen, Taylor, since we have you, as I let you know, we're going to have Deontay Wilder on, and the public has been going, I guess, a bit crazy because he announced that he's not going to be coming to watch the fight between Joseph Parker and Anthony Joshua, and he feels that the reason that he's not going to come is because, you know, he's not being allowed into the ring. How are you guys receiving the fact that Wilder and Joshua have been in the media more than, I guess, Joseph and Anthony Joshua, who actually are fighting Saturday?
Hey, first off, thanks for having me on. And I feel like AJ's looking past Joe. Everyone's waiting for this mega fight. But, you know, there's one man standing in that way, and that's Joseph Parker. And the worst thing that you could do in this division and in the sport is overlook someone. That's when you get caught. Joe's more focused than ever, and no, we're here to get the job done.
Now, obviously, we even reviewed the media workout because this fight is so big that, you know, we're covering every second of it. So, you know, we spoke about the movement, about the little bit of shadow boxing, because neither team gave away much. And was that the game plan? Was that to make sure no one showed each other too much before fight night?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, this fight is so important for both guys because it's all about your legacy and obviously future plans with potential fights. But you know, what's done is done, you know, and it's gonna be exciting.
Now, look, obviously the I guess #1 statement used in boxing is you don't look past this fight. So I don't want you to do that at all. What I want you to do is look back to the night that Gerald Washington faced Deontay Wilder, because he'll be on the show later on and he'll make his claims as to why everyone in the division is ducking him, that he's been wanting, you know, unifications since he's got his title and no one wants to fight him. He claims he invited Joseph Parker and the team to Alabama when he fought Gerald Washington, and you guys were supposed to announce a alleged fight, but he feels that after you've seen the performance, things changed.
Okay, so all right, let's clear this up. Nothing but respect to Deontay Wilder. He's a good friend of our team. He's always supportive. I've got a bunch of mutual friends. We didn't go to Alabama for Deontay Wilder. We went for our stablemate Easy Ugona, who was fighting Dominic Brazil. You know, there was obviously talks of a potential fight that, you know, was, you know, in the radar for us, but we got locked into a mandatory with Hughie Fury, which obviously got postponed back till September. And then obviously we've got this opportunity now. So, you know, if he was thinking that on that performance that we were worried, is definitely the opposite. On that performance, Joseph Parker would have put him flat out on his face. So there's that.
Now you leave it to Eddie, and Eddie kind of he's kind of like saying that it's true, because he says, well, Deontay Wilder was supposed to unify with Joseph Parker, but he couldn't put together a lucrative enough package for Joseph Parker to accept.
Yeah, I'm not going to get too much into numbers and details, but, you know, they offered the money that his team had offered was money that Joe's been making down in New Zealand now. So why would you go into a fight, a massive unification fight, for the same kind of money that he's making and defenses back home?
Hey, Taylor, it's Matt. Good to hear from you again. You know, hang out with you in Vegas. Obviously, you know, as Ness said, it seems like all boxing media, all the industry, so to speak, is looking past Joseph Parker. How is he personally dealing with that? With the topics of conversation not being him? Is he just letting it roll off his back, or is it affecting him in any way?
Nah, it's not affecting Joe one bit. He's calm and focused, relaxed, and ready to go for Saturday. I think he kind of likes being the underdog and being overlooked. There's no pressure on Joe. Everyone expects Joshua to come out and blast Joe out and then fight Wilder, where realistically it's not going to be like that. He's got Joseph Parker, who's undefeated, defending world champion, who's coming, and he's got bad intentions. He's here to take those belts. He's not here for the payday. He's here for legacy.
Taylor, before I pass you to Robbie Hearns, our resident UK co-host, listen, I have one, okay? I need a new studio. So does Joseph make it to the 12th? Because the money's on the 12th. I mean, he's 16 to 1 if he gets him to the 12th. Now, his last 3 have gone the distance. Are you guys slimming him down? Because he looks slimmer in the media workout. Is he slimming him down to be more explosive, get an early knockout? Or is he going to take Joshua deep? Is he going to make sure he gets him to the 5th? Show us what he's always showed us, get tired in those rounds, and then turn it up with these multiple punches and this slimmer version of Joseph Parker?
To touch on that, we can't judge Joe off of his last 3 performances because he's had elbow problems. We've taken care of the problems. For a fight like this, we needed to. He's had a couple of elbow surgeries. He's locked and focused and ready to go. Talking about his weight, he's taken off 33 pounds this camp for his movement. He's real light on his feet. He's explosive. We brought in an Olympic strength and conditioning trainer who's got Joe very, 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 very fit. So, if it goes in 1 round, if it goes to 12 rounds, we're ready for whatever. Joe's got a granite chin, and then I back my boy. So,
but does the 12 sound sexy? I mean, does that belt? I mean,
well,
I'm just trying to get a new car. That's all.
That's a hard question, mate. I feel like both guys are going to respect each other early. So, what our game plan is, obviously hit the body from the get-go, stay composed and relax, and drag him into deeper waters where he's showed his stamina problems. But, Joe's, during sparrings and that, Joe started strong and ended strong. So it's hard to say, man. I'm sorry I can't help. It's hard.
Rob.
Okay, mate. Yeah, good. Hey, Taylor, it's Rob from the UK.
Hi, mate.
How you doing? Yeah, I just wondered, we've heard Joseph saying he's going to be chasing Joshua around the ring. Now, there seems to be like a signature punch with Joshua with the uppercut. Has there been a working camp to maybe, counteract that with him coming forward and wanting to mix it with Joshua? Yeah,
so, we've been watching Joshua for a few years now. Watching all his weaknesses and strengths. He does throw a good 45. We saw that in the Klitschko fight. So there's combinations that we've put together especially for this fight that we think will work on Joshua. But he does like to throw the 45, and we've got a nice little counter for
it. Cool. So sorry, Matt, go on.
Taylor, how is Joseph Parker taking the spectacle of it right now? Obviously the weigh-in had a lot of glitz and glamour, had a lot of little tiny TVs all over the place. How is he taking the spectacle of the event so far?
Joe's a very mentally tough person. Things don't really faze Joe. He loves the attention. He's enjoying the moment. He's just ready to do his best and represent New Zealand and Samoa at the very highest level. Joe's a big star back in New Zealand, so he's used to that kind of attention. Joe's loving it.
So do you see, when he walks out, got to do that big long ring walk? I mean, I know a few New Zealand guys myself, and they're pretty laid back characters. You just see him taking everything in his stride, with the big ring walk, with all those people there cheering for AJ. You see him coping fine with that?
There'll be a lot of New Zealanders coming over for this fight as well. There'll be a lot of guys cheering for Joe as well. Joe will be smiling from when we enter the tunnel to when we walk all the way to the ring. Joe's that type of person. If you look at his last 24 fights, he smiled his whole way to the ring. He lives the moment. He enjoys it, embraces it. He feeds off the crowd, and this is his time.
Taylor, I need you to be completely honest. When they did that first face-off in the press conference, You had to say, fuck. I didn't know he was that big because shit, it almost looks like Joe's looking into his chest.
I thought he was bigger, mate. He's not that big. He's not as big as we thought. Our sparring partners are a lot bigger than him.
How's Malik Scott compared to him in terms of height? Because I know obviously AJ's thicker.
Malik is our smallest sparring partner that we brought in. We brought him in for speed and movement and experience. Other sparring partners like Tony Yoka, who's 6'7", Rezvan Kajanu, and other names I will not name. But he's nowhere near as big as what we thought. He's obviously a very big, chiseled out human being, but there's nothing to be intimidated about.
Yeah, you know, Taylor, as we talk more and more, I just get the feeling your money is on a knockout.
My money is on a knockout. And that's on my boy.
Now, is it a knockout like, you know, a punch to the face or a combination to the face, or you think it's going to be accumulation? He's going to tire out. He's just not going to be able to take the assault, and he's just going to, you know, go out, ref will come in because he's not answering the punches.
Right. You know, when you look too much into that kind of thing, no one knows how it's going to plan out. You know, it's him and Joe getting in the ring in front of 80,000 people. You don't really know how it's going to plan out. But I know if Joe follows the game plan and stays focused, Joe will stop him. If it's, you know, a body shot, a head shot, a TKO, a stone cold knockout, whatever it is, I don't care. As long as we go back home, we bring this back with us and a couple extra ones. And that's all that matters.
Now, Taylor, what's the timeline? Everything goes well. You guys win March 31st, Saturday night. You travel back home. Yeah. How long do you have before you have to decide if you're going to do an immediate rematch with Anthony Joshua, or is there an option to, you know, maybe get a hometown defense with all that jewelry, you know, before you got to, you know, kind of go right back into the Lions Den?
Yeah, so I feel like, you know, we'll take it as it comes, but we get the victory, we'll go straight back to New Zealand and celebrate. And then I think over the summer, there'll be a big clash at Wembley. Now,
could you picture anything better than, I mean, obviously Joseph winning, because it's the ultimate, like, monkey in the monkey wrench in the plans of the world, you know, not just Eddie Hearn, you know, not the fans, but really the boxing world. These heavyweights, not just Joshua and Wilder, but Joseph, just all heavyweights are really moving the needle now. Do you feel like heavyweight boxing has ignited boxing again?
100%. The division's back and it's hot. There's so many young, exciting fighters coming up, and it's back where it should be. You know, heavyweights taking over and ruling the divisions, and no, it's a great time to be involved.
Well, listen, Taylor, man, I don't want to keep you much longer. I know that you're out there. We're waiting on Deontay to call in. He's here in New York City. Want to thank you, wish you and the team luck. Send your father love, and obviously Joseph Parker. Can't wait for Saturday night, brother, and thank you again. If you have any social media, please give it out at this time for anyone that wants to follow you and stay close to you and the camp.
All right, I'm on Instagram. Follow me at Taylor Berry.
All right, brother. Well, thank you again. There you have it. Team Parker, Taylor Berry, the son of Kevin Barry, two trainers in the corner for Joseph Parker Saturday night when he takes on Anthony Joshua for the IBF, IBO, and the WBA straps. Matt, man, he didn't give me, you know, the confidence in that 16-1 12-round bet. It looks like Team Parker are looking for an early night of work.
Well, I mean, let's be honest.
Deontay just called my cell. I guess he got my message. He's probably going to call straight into the studio. That's perfect timing.
Perfect. I think they are planning that if we can, let's get him out of there. Because going 12 rounds with a guy of AJ's power is also not that smart. Because you're giving him more time to narrow that margin of victory, in a sense. So
I'm about it. Shit I'm talking about, man. But I never know to understand the pain. Oh, shit. The heartache. The suffering. Oh. Oh. The sacrifice. Ah. That us fighters go through. I really thought about You know, if I take a guy's life, because I'm very capable of doing it. I have all the attributes. I have everything to do it. You know what I mean?
What is up, TBV family? Yes, YouTube has been cutting funding to their channels as of late, and with net neutrality going through its process, the internet is changing. If you want to keep your favorite channel intact, coming up with tons of content, and plus get hours and hours of extra content, head over to patreon.com/Thaboxingvoice to become a member of the TBV family and help support the channel. Peace.